Darling, don't you go and cut your hair. Do you think it's gonna make him change? I'm just a boy with a new haircut, and that's a pretty nice haircut.
Hi, welcome to Sock Monkey Sound, a regional music and culture podcast based in Rockford, Illinois. My name is Brandon Lütmer.
I'm Chip Copeland.
I'm Patrick Delehanty.
And our first song is going to be Wave of Mutilation by the Pixies. That was the Pixies, Wave of Mutilation. They're going to be playing at the Aragon Ballroom November 19th. Are they playing 3 nights in a row?
Yeah,
Wow,
they
that's
added
intense.
the 19th, and I'm going to the 19th show.
Oh, badass.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. I'm sure I'll get to meet Frank Black and everybody.
Why did you choose that song to play, Chip?
Well, they're doing just Doolittle on this tour. There's 15 songs, just Doolittle straight through.
It'd be way cool if they were doing Surfer Rosa all the way through.
You know, that would be
Debaser.
awesome.
5 times in a row, Debaser.
Debaser 5 times in a row.
And that brings me to the point of introducing our guests. Why don't you introduce yourself, guys? Oh,
Go, come on, I know.
Well, you can. Okay.
This is
they're
Zach.
both so polite.
Zach Staas.
Stash.
Staas.
Staas.
This is Dave DeCastris.
Hard A. That was a hard A.
Dave DeCastris, sorry.
Yeah, nice consonant. That's usage.
Adorable.
Hi, guys.
Hi,
Hi, tell us a little about yourselves. Or not you, Zach.
Oh,
Dave,
no.
tell us a little about yourself.
Well,
Take your time.
what do you want to know first? I mean, there's things.
Tell us about Donkey Boy.
Stuff.
Donkey Boy.
And
Art.
talk into that mic a little bit.
Donkey Boy USA is a project that started so long ago. I've forgotten what the true point was when I started it.
How long are we talking?
1990, 6, but then 7 in a bathroom in Oak Park, Illinois.
Oh,
So that's when it truly started.
Sounds like a lot of stories I have.
No, there's it started with, there was a point with it all when it all began, and it began in a bathroom, throwing down stuff on handheld recorders and boom boxes, and like Pollard beat a lot of people to the punch, and so did Barlow and all those people with home recording and actually pushing it out there, and many others.
Why a bathroom?
Because I didn't have anywhere else to go. I was working a dead end, horrible job out in Oak Brook. and I had a tuck in my shirt there, and my peak for attention span and caring came when I was in a meeting. I'm not even going to say their name, but because you'll figure it out. I was in a meeting with John Madden. This is one of the reasons why I hate football. I hate sport. I can't
John
stand
Madden, so you're
big.
boom.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah. Boom.
He really does only travel by bus, and he has.
Wait, is this? I can't tell if you're lying or being. for real.
No, I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I'm telling you, anything you think, whenever you think I'm lying, it is so completely true. I can't believe that some of this stuff happens. I'm so fed up with the thing. Like, there's like John Madden sitting there, and they're planning out the next year. And this is advertising, by the way, and you'll figure out you probably already figured out the company.
Boom.
And yeah, and his contract was running out, and he was in town, and he has these demands, crazy demands, like just whatever served. Like right now, you guys, this is a great deli tray, but he has specifics.
Like a turducken at every meal.
He has to have kosher pastrami.
Did you say turducken at every meal?
Yeah. So they're trying to map out commercial spots, and he only comes in like once a year. And they're like, David, what's your idea? I'm like, well, how about multicolored leather-handled hammers? Right? Because they were trying to figure out how to bring women into the store. So that's all I had. And Madden goes, "Oh, where'd you get this guy?" Like that. And my boss says, "David, don't you have something to do at your desk?" I'm like, you know what? I do. And in my head, all I'm thinking is, "Fuck you." Like, can we swear here?
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, yeah, it's the internet.
It's the internet. It's fine.
All right. I mean, because I don't want to swear too much. I know I gotta watch that.
Have you heard our show?
People tell me that all the
yeah,
time.
I have, but
Whoa, where did you get this guy?
so. And then a year later, you started seeing different colored leather-handled hammers everywhere. They were just everywhere. Like
My mom had a light blue colored hammer.
Yeah,
Purchased in like 98.
So,
Just so you know.
see?
Yeah.
Around that time.
I know.
So you could have been a millionaire. Instead, you ended up recording Donkey Boy USA in a bathroom.
I started getting fed up, and I started writing songs about, like, the company girl. I mean, there was a lot of girls there. And they just waste your time, That's all they do. They just walk by, and they're just like, hi, And it's just like, it's stupid. And you get your own Post-it pad with your name on it. So rather than, like, using it the way you're supposed to, I would just, like, scribble my name on it and go drop it on other people's desks. It's like, so that they knew who did it, but they couldn't figure out what was going on. Just a dumb job. And then, tucking in my shirt so you come home. And then my apartment was probably the size of this room, where it came out of the wall. The bed did.
Oh man, I've never seen one like that. I've been.
It's overrated.
No, I don't think it would be cool.
No,
I'm just curious.
Very uncomfortable.
And I moved there for this beautiful girl with orange eyes. It was the stupidest thing I could have ever done at that time in my life. So I'd come home and I'd be fed up with the fact that she was always like, let's go to a party in Lincoln Park. Because then it'd be like, okay, transfer of life and style and get into the city. So eventually, that's when I started, around the same time, some important things happened. I started hanging out the lounge acts a lot. And it was the place that you hear about, that you read about. You could go there any night of the week. You could see anything. You could see Fred Armisen playing drums as Tito Puente, before Tito Puente. The Handsome Family, before they moved out to the Southwest. Jeff Tweedy working the bar. I mean, literally, talking hockey. And really, it was just an amazing place. It was the right place, the right time. I had a failing relationship. I had a shitty job. I had nothing really like going my way after school, which was in Peoria. And so I used to escape there and catch all the things I wanted to catch. Jeff Mangum in a bear hat, it was just amazing. What else? Old 97's Rhett Miller taped up his hands in duct tape. And this was during the Too Far to Care era, I think. Somewhere in there. I saw so many great bands in such a short amount of time between the fall of 96 and the summer of 98. I saw so many great things that it scarred me. That's really when everything happened. So around the summer of 97, I had a relationship that just fell apart. I had a job that was just a joke. I mean, anything you have to tuck in your shirt for, give me a break. It's the truth. So, I mean, it's like you show up and you wear a costume and you're like, hey, how you doing? My day's going good. Like, who cares? So you do you go through the motions like everybody does just to pay your bills. And so I started hanging out in the bathroom, writing songs and using whatever I had lying around, and then talking more to people and getting ideas like how to really take advantage of home recording. And then that's, yeah.
All right, great, man.
Awesome.
We're going to move on to the next song, I think, at this moment.
Oh, the
This
next song
juncture.
is going to be Shoulda Shut It by the Backyard Tire Fire.
Hey, forgiveness. Well, I'm in the business of regret. 6 days on an island, and I'm still trying to forget. Words cut through like knives on skin. One smoking can't take back. I feel real bad about the shape you're in, but I guess that's where we're at. I really should've shut it, but I didn't, and I said it should've shut it, but I didn't know how. I really should've shut it, but I didn't, and I said it should've shut it, but I didn't know how. I should've shut it, but I didn't know how. Hey, religion, I could use a reason to believe. 10 years in a coma, and I'm still trying to relieve. Words cut through like knives on skin. One smoking can't take back. I feel real bad about the shape you're in, but I guess that's where we're at. I really should've shut it, but I didn't, and I said it should've shut it, but I didn't know how. I really should've shut it, but I didn't, and I said it should've shut it, but I didn't know how. I really should've shut it, but I didn't, and I said it should've shut it, but I didn't know how. I really should've shut it, but I didn't, and I said it should've shut it, but I didn't know how. I should've shut it, but I didn't know how. I should've shut it, but I didn't know how. I should've shut it, but I didn't know
All right, that was Backyard Tire Fire with Shoulda Shut It. You can find him at backyardtirefire.com, and the lead singer, Ed Anderson, is playing a Sunday, November 22nd show with our buddy Jason Beatty at Kryptonite, Kryptonite Bar.
Awesome.
And then they're also playing, the actual full band is playing Saturday, December 5th at Otto's Nightclub
Ooh.
in DeKalb.
You guys ever lit a tire on fire?
No.
I have
No? Anybody here?
no.
I'm the only one? It's an intense experience.
What color is the fumes?
Oh, dude, the smoke is like the blackest, thickest smoke you've ever seen in your life. And it stains everything around it with soot.
Does it light quickly, or is it just like a?
Oh, it goes up like in a second, dude. The rubber burns so fast, and it's like it was the hottest experience I've ever. We were. It was the first tour I ever went on. And we were in the Chippewa National Forest in like northern Minnesota.
Great place to start a tire.
Sacred ground to some people, if you will. And we were all super wasted on this island because we didn't have enough money to come back to Rockford. So we were waiting for one of our parents to wire us like $100 to get back. And so like, fuck, let's go camping or whatever. And so we all went to this island, and there was a guy that with us. We called him Mean Gene. I don't know what his real name was. And so we thought, like, shouldn't we bring firewood? And he's like, no. And he pulls a fucking... We had to go on a boat to get there, and he pulls a chainsaw off the boat and just cuts down, like, some ancient tree. Like, it was huge. And just chops it up right in front of us. Like, we can burn that. So we all get wasted, throwing bottle rockets in the fire, just, whatever. And the next morning, we're, like, about to leave, and someone's like, oh, look at this fucking tire. Oh, and threw it in the fire. And we were freaking out. It was, like, fishermen stopping their boats, like, on the island, because obviously I think it's a forest fire or something, because it was, like, the most intense smoke I've ever seen in my life.
Excellent. That story is going to get cut.
Why would that story get cut,
No,
man?
I'm just
Desecrating a national forest? That's a story that deserves to be on air.
Childhood.
Because, dude,
memories.
it's Indians that you're disrespecting.
Yeah, exactly.
Native Americans,
And that
Pat.
shit isn't cool.
Yeah,
And
you
Minnesota.
disrespect.
You're always
the American
disrespecting
Indian.
somebody, dude.
You're disrespecting your heritage.
I am a little bit Native American in my heritage.
Let's bring Zach Staas into this. Zach,
Hey,
tell us about yourself.
I'm
What is your association with
Yeah,
Donkey
try
Boy?
and be entertaining, Zach. Jesus.
okay. I'm friends with Dave. Do you remember how we met? I know that you know my mom from somehow. I don't know exactly where that
Shuffleboard
happened,
League.
Shuffleboard League. Yeah, there was a shuffleboard league at a local bar, and Dave and my mother had met and may or may not have hooked up, as far as I know.
No. as far as I know, they didn't hook up.
Yeah. So,
No, we
So
never did.
I just assume at this point with my mother.
No.
That's the only reason. That's the
Teresa
only
Stas would like to say hello.
great woman.
Fantastic woman.
Hi, Mom.
God love her. Hello,
That's the only
Zach.
reason. That's the only reason Dave hangs out with you, Zach. He's just-
To get closer to Zach.
It's the only reason a lot of you hang out with me. I know this.
That's been my whole agenda my entire 30s, is to get closer to other people's moms. It's like, hey, your mom's hot.
Hey, do you have a young mom?
You know,
I'm gonna.
How
No,
you
she's
she's a very nice woman.
Zach's mom rocks. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
She's-
So somehow we met through there, and then Dave was friends with Mark Muraski, who owned a local studio, The Fuse, and then I interned there for a while, and me and Dave just ended up getting along pretty well. Probably got drunk a few times together and realized that we're like
watching other people make pop songs.
Yeah, exactly. Over and over again, and there was a lot of shared looks between us that just hated everyone and everything besides ourselves because we're just arrogant.
glances
bastards.
across the room.
Let's take that from the top.
I'm looking directly
Really?
at Pat right now, by the way.
Yes.
And then we just started fucking around for the last couple of years, and it's been fun.
So would you say the Donkey Boy USA is pretty much like a seat of your pants kind of experience when it comes to making music, and just going in there and just doing it and just keeping it
absolutely.
free
It's-
form and loose and
It's very free form, annoying, like borderline annoying. Like almost unlistenable at times, but
like Clay Aiken, right?
like,
just
yeah.
about 98% of anything that comes out of American Idol. Okay,
I mean, there is
we fill in the other
structure.
2%. Like that's us right there. So
well, I was just thinking that 2% is actually that one Kelly Clarkson song that was pretty, decent
I love
pop
that.
hit.
Have you heard that new one
that girl's special.
about how she doesn't hook up?
Does she say
That's
why?
not-
Yeah.
No, she just it's.
She doesn't say
what does
why,
she say?
or-
No, she just says she doesn't hook up. Like she's not a slut.
No, she has no reasons in the deliverance of the song. She doesn't even tell people why.
No, she just
It's a
says she doesn't
pointless
hook
song.
up.
Another pointless
Yeah.
song.
Yeah, absolutely. Another pointless song by another pointless artist.
All right, this next song is going to be the Beautiful Life by the Deer Hunter.
One foot than the other, such embarrassment. It wasn't meant that I should discover such offensive things. This suffering sends hope to the ground. But I really never had enough. They've got pride in hand. This tide turns like The passage is read, all the names in a world that had brought us this pain. From the wounds we sustained, a cold callous heart sitting still in this cave of a chest, so abandoned life from before. A boy in his innocence.
Their first EP was okay.
You know this is like part 3 of like a 3-part like concept record. You know, and actually like if you're in, it's really cool.
This wind at the end is totally stupid.
All right, we're coming back inside now. We'll be back in a second.
That was the Deer Hunter with This Beautiful Life. You can catch them Tuesday, November 17th in beautiful Poplar Grove, Illinois at Chubby Rain House of Tunes with...
If you've ever been to Poplar Grove,
Are they really playing?
do yourself a
Yeah. What'd you
favor.
say?
Yeah.
They're really playing out there?
Yeah, with
Yeah.
Thrice.
That's great.
Dude, so is
Thrice.
Thursday.
Yeah, go see the Deer Hunter. You don't need to stick around
Don't
for
stick around.
Thrice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thursday's playing there, which
the
will be a good show.
Illusion of Safety was kind of a cool album when I was 16.
See, I liked The Artist in the Ambulance. That was
Yeah,
about it.
that was cool. I was 17 when that one came out.
Yeah.
I listened to it when I used to play PS2.
See,
No,
no,
you're
Right,
solid.
Tony Hawk.
It was right when Grand Theft Auto Vice City came out.
Nice.
no, I'm lost.
Well,
Not
that's okay.
not into video games at all, dude.
No, when he was a kid, it was like
if I gotta sit still longer than 5 minutes holding anything, that you walk away wondering what you won, if anything.
See that? Well, that's interesting that you say that though, because I mean, you've done a lot of great art and record and posters for various bands in and around this region. You know, you've done Cameron McGill, and
The
One Army,
Braves.
a lot of stuff for Miles, the Braves, which they played their reunion show at CJ's last night.
I suppose it should be brought up that Dave is also a graphic designer in Rockford.
So, yeah, I mean,
Did you go to the Brave show last night?
No, I actually ended up on the couch.
It was awesome. It was like the Braves when I was in high school with like Joe throwing himself on the ground and shit.
See,
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Kevin, I have a hard time getting out. Once the sun goes down, my level of energy, I don't even know what there's probably a term for it. Motivation, energy, just flies out the window. So I don't, the sun has a lot to do with, I felt a lot of changes occur. Have you felt it, Chip, when 30 hit, your body starts changing and you start getting a little slower?
I just found out like 6 months ago. Once again, we're gonna bring this up on air. Yeah, I've got diabetes. I found out like 6 months ago. Yeah.
So yeah,
All
so
right. Yeah.
so you're,
You know, so yeah.
you're
you know,
adjusting, yeah.
Yeah.
And so you start feeling things change on you, and it sucks because you want to fight it, and then all of a sudden you just can't. I have my most creative hours between 9 at night and 4 in the morning.
Oh,
you know?
me too. And it's really hard to do. Like, you know, I also do design, and it's really difficult for me to like, you know, get motivated early in the morning, but I have
Exactly.
to.
Yep.
And sometimes I just sit there and I stare at the computer for about an hour
Yeah.
until I really until something clicks. You know, I have to have a couple cups of coffee before.
Do you wake up on call even though you try to maybe like, okay, I'm going to sleep an extra hour, but you just can't? It's just like your body's like, hey, I'm ready to go.
No, not well. It depends. It depends. But you know, you know, sometimes I'm like up and ready to go. But I mean, but you said you can't. You have problems like, but do you? I mean, you
It drives me-
illustrate. You know, I mean, you
I have to mix
sit in
things
front of
up.
the computer and.
Yeah, I have to mix things up. I've been working on my own a couple years, and if I didn't have the accessibility to help the bands and some of the people I've met, like with the Braves, I've known Kevin God, 11 years, 12 years. At some point, he was chasing my sister. And that's how I got to meet him. And then he ended up living next door to me. And so I think I dumped off a couple what would be the right term now? Unremastered versions of Rod Stewart's Never a Dull Moment, maybe. I was like, I handed it off to Kevin and his roommate. I'm like, here you guys go. I'm going to go get the remastered one. And that was like probably in 2000 or something. So there was those things that happened. But with Kevin and Joe, I've known Joe most of my life. I've known all those guys a long time. Yeah. So getting, like, just having, just knowing them as people kind of led to doing work. And sometimes the work with any music, as you probably know, working for musicians is actually tougher than working for some of the clients that I have that absolutely bring me down. Like
Really? Guys, I feel the opposite.
Well, because musicians can be very picky. And there's, as you know, when you go into doing work with musicians, you don't do it to pay a bill at all.
Not at all.
You do it because that's your outlet, and that's what keeps you healthy. And that is the one thing I've taken from it. It's hard to keep that energy level up, though, and come up with new ideas when you're also trying to pay bills and a mortgage and all that garbage that life throws at you that no one really cares about. You know, it's like So it's a balance. You have to, it's just you pick your moments when you can do it, when you can't.
Well, I really admire your work, though. I mean,
Thank you,
I
Chip.
see your work, and I'm just like, every time I'm blown away, pretty much by. But you definitely have a style, you know. I mean,
thank you. Those guys, though, they're the ones that let me. You know, sometimes they get picky, you know, and they deserve to. It's a costume for what they're giving everyone, and sometimes you know what it's like. You don't want it to be a costume. You want it to tie into what they're giving everyone.
Right.
And whatever that is, in every case, it's different. You know, there's a lot of differences between the Braves to the Wandering Sons to the to Miles and Cameron. So there's they all kind of tie into each other, probably because of Dan McMahon. You know, in terms of music DNA.
Who's going to be performing with you today?
They are.
Yeah.
They have no idea. They have no idea. I have not prepared them.
I don't even think you have any idea what you're
I have no idea.
Well, Dan McMahon and Mark Muraski will be performing.
And
today.
Zach
Staas.
Zachariah Staas.
okay.
Yeah. So
It'll be a glorious, beautiful
Clusterfuck.
ass folk.
Do you guys want to go into
asphalt.
Some real asshole.
That's exactly what it is.
That brings us to our next song by Mr. Brendan Benson. And the name of this song is called Garbage Day. That was Brendan Benson with Garbage Day. You can find him on MySpace at myspace.com/BrendanBenson.com. On November 18th, he will be playing Turner Ballroom. There's a Turner Hall. There's a Turner Hall.
It says Turner Ballroom on this.
Okay, well, Turner Ballroom, we'll go with that, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. On November 20th, he will be at Lincoln Hall in Chicago, Illinois. And then on the 21st, he will be at the Music Mill in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, that's great.
Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
That is so cute.
Well, during the song though, you were talking about how you like Brendan Benson. What are some of the other musicians, bands, influences? They
From like the time I was a baby, or like at a certain
let's just say
point.
currently what have you been listening to?
Since I was a
boy.
baby. What gets your goat?
Yeah.
What gets
What
my goat?
really grabs your sack, man?
I've gone back further. As I get older, I've gone back. I'm looking at
What
40
tugs
in
that
4
tape?
years, by the way. So I've gone back now because there's a lot of things with what's going on in today's rock music that disgust me.
Oh, absolutely.
I can't even sit through it, and I don't know what it is I can't sit through. I don't know if I know what I like now, and I'm having a hard time just hearing new things. But I've been going. I mean, Mississippi John Hurt just kills me. John Fahey, because I don't want to hear anybody say anything about anything. If I need nonsense with some sort of there's an underlying root meaning, then I just go back to things that changed my youth, which would be like Pavement.
Oh, yeah. I was a huge Sonic Youth fan, and at one point it
we
was
all
just,
we all have that record where things just started opening up. So
did you see Nirvana?
I did not see Nirvana.
Okay, I
saw
saw
it.
Nirvana, and that's kind of one of those things where it's like when I see somebody or meet somebody around my age, and it's like, did you see Nirvana? And they're either like, because this guy, he doesn't get it. Pat doesn't get Nirvana.
The Nirvana
I don't like
thing.
Nirvana.
I don't like
He doesn't get
Nirvana.
it. He doesn't get it.
I don't like it either.
So
Sorry, Danger.
No, I'm not trying to point. Well, I am kind of, because I think it's a generational thing.
It is.
Like you guys are considerably
I don't know. I love Pavement and Archer's a Loaf and Built to Spill.
right, but like Nirvana
I love the Motown movement.
blew the doors off. I mean, because really they enabled all these other bands to just come through the floodgate and to just be just gain a wider audience just like that, because they
gave
were able
shape to
you know,
noise, allowing that to come through, and it's like a stampede. That's when they brought the noise and made it marketable, and they didn't, the label did, and then they just kept doing their thing in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know if
Could you say the same
the
thing about
Replacements.
Pixies,
Okay,
though?
if one band
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
changed my
Well,
life,
You say the same thing about the
Nirvana,
Pixies.
Nirvana said the Pixies were the ones that did it for them.
I mean,
And, you
that
know.
was before
And that's
Nirvana
how I
had
got
it.
turned on to the Pixies, though, is because I read articles and Kurt Cobain and Dave Grohl are talking about, well, we just wanted to make Surfer Rosa with Nevermind. They just that's what they wanted to do. So take that article, and I'm like, oh, who are the Pixies?
they wanted to write a hit as catchy as like Cheap Trick, and that was their angle, and they did it for the most part.
Yeah.
Who Nirvana did?
Yeah, I'd say they did. I mean, Nevermind is so glossy. But it's a pop record, it really is, and it's a great pop record. I feel like they took some things that, like the Replacements. That's the one band that really changed my life. I went from Def Leppard hysteria to literally like overnight into the Replacements. When the first time I heard "Aching to Be" off of "Don't Tell a Soul," that did it for me. That was like the handoff.
song.
I wanted to know more about acoustic music with just some sort of country folk undertone. And "Don't Tell a Soul" was slammed, if I remember right, at the time. And I was a kid. I was in 8th grade.
That's my favorite Replacements record.
It's a great record. There's great pop songs on there. That's just a
Everybody
solid rock.
likes "Let It Be" or whatever, but I'm a "Don't
Don't Tell a Soul is
man.
where it's at. Beautiful record. Westerberg's songwriting finally hit stride on that, and it that had me going backwards to things that like.
How old were you when you heard that for the first time?
Don't Tell a Soul was 8th grade. That was 1988. It was released in 87, if I remember right.
Wow, what a generational gap.
Yeah, 'cause it was cassette. And
I was
Born then.
Yeah.
I went through the exact same thing.
I went through like three
when
copies.
when I was 14, when I heard a 4-minute mile about the Get Up Kids, you know, hilarious.
Wait, what? For me, I think when I was 14, it was REM.
Yeah.
And because
Oh,
that was,
yeah.
I heard Murmur. I grew up in Georgia, so that was.
You're pretty close to the hotbed.
Right, yeah, and that was my Cheap Trick. You
Yeah.
know, REM is Georgia's Cheap Trick in a lot
How
of ways.
close were you to Athens then, in that whole movement?
You know, I'm probably like 3 hours away.
Okay.
You know?
That's
So
not
I wasn't. I saw a Super Chunk at the 40 Watt, a Halloween
Nice.
show one time.
Yeah.
So I did see some bands there and got a chance to go down there and. But REM was like Murmur and Fables of the Reconstruction, you know, Life's Rich Pageant. That's good REM in my opinion. After Green, I pretty much
Green
think
is questionable. It's like
Green is
yeah,
questionable.
it is.
They
There's
start
some,
blurring the line there.
But
yeah,
then,
but
then again,
to
some
me,
of the, yeah.
after that, it's all shit. I don't
I don't
like
know.
anything they came out with.
Some of their later albums, I mean, they didn't have after Green, they didn't have an album that blew me away. But they had songs that totally just are amazing.
Have you heard Around the Sun in remix? The remix version of Around the Sun?
No.
It's so bad. Yeah. sit through it just to enjoy it.
All right, well, I think
Like
we're going to do word association with Dave.
I was gonna keep
and
talking about REM,
Zach
but I don't need
Staas.
to.
Well,
No, I don't. I really don't need to. I don't know. That's fine.
Are you done?
we have many. We can talk about it many other times on air.
Oh yeah, no, we're good.
We should talk about Paul Westerberg.
All right, it's time for Pat Delehanty's word association with Dave DeCastris.
Answer as
Zach
quick as
Staas.
possible, guys. Because if you guys take forever to think of like an answer, it totally sucks.
What is word association
Thanks
sponsored
for the
by
pressure
this
there,
week?
Brandon.
Today, Magnum by Trojan Condoms.
That's fantastic.
Figured, you know.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Danger? We should also mention
Danger's sitting
our
up.
contributing writer for the website, Alex Danger Stewart,
Is in the room.
is in the room too. He's not on mic. Just yells hi.
I really enjoyed the moment piece.
Yeah.
Incredibly.
I heard PJ wants to kill me now.
Why? PJ's such a nice guy. Why would he want to kill you? You seem like a nice guy, but I don't know you yet. So
He's pretty nice. He's a pretty nice guy.
Is he all right?
He's a good
Yeah.
guy.
All right, there we go.
He's opinionated, but he's got a good soul.
Aren't we all?
All right, the first word tonight. Homeostasis.
What do you want me to say? Like
Whatever.
weed?
First
Whatever-
thing
the first thing that comes
to your head.
Water clouds, grass.
There you go. That's
Cows eating grass.
Cookie.
White
What'd you say? Cookies?
cookies.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you said cookies.
Nope.
Next word.
Well, Zach didn't answer.
I did.
Sorry, Zach.
What'd you say?
Cookies.
You're so full of shit. Oh, okay. French toast.
French people.
French people.
Johnny Depp.
2 Johnny Depps.
Harry Chaplin.
Harry Chapin, you mean?
Chapin. Sorry, fucked up that
Wow.
name. Shut up.
Where did you get these
What
words?
is this?
Just go. Just go.
Harry
Harry
Nilsson.
Chapin.
Harry Potter.
Harry James.
Billy Ocean.
Atlantic Ocean. Super Troop.
Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystals.
Billy Crystals and Gregory Hines and Running Scared.
Gregory Hines.
Catholicism.
Lies.
Stas? Your
Yeah, I'll go.
your
yeah,
neighbors
okay.
across the street.
The church that I live next to.
And the last one. The ball grabber. Mark Muraski.
Ass fuck.
I like how that was the quickest one you answered. And you answered it so sternly.
He's got nice hair.
Yeah, it really.
Mark has nice hair.
Got it. Yep.
And that was word association.
Terrible facial hair, though. Jesus.
That was
And a
rough.
with
Oh my
Pat
God.
And a
Delehanty.
terrible soul.
No offense to the Catholic thing. I was raised Catholic and still think it's far superior.
Oh, I mean, if there is a religion, that's the only one that anyone should follow. I mean,
It's
right.
far superior. I was raised Catholic too.
All right, you want to go into the next song here?
The next song is going to be Unwind by Julian Plenty.
Julian Plenty. Julian Plenty.
This is so.
Oh, wow. Okay. That was Julian Plenty. You can catch him at julianplenty.com. He will be playing the Metro Saturday, November 21st in lovely Chicago, Illinois.
Wicked.
Dave,
Giving me a lot of choice.
what is your opinion on Rockford and the scene around it, and how
That's
can
a-
it benefit?
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, that's a loaded question.
Well, just in a watered down, not watered down. But
You don't have to water it down, but give us some thoughts. How about that?
because you really do have interesting things to say
This,
about.
this city's rough. This city is, for the most part, when I don't know what it feels like to drown, but I know what it's like to feel like to barely get by right now in a city that I feel like you guys are taking over. You're like the generation that's stepping in and start like doing things and speak up. I feel like things have been done wrong for so long that there's a gap in there where people are being forgotten about and being forced to move. There's no opportunity here. There's no jobs. Even if you just look at everyone knows everyone in the arts community. Everybody seems to know everyone through the 6 Degrees of Bacon, right? Mm-hmm. But we don't get any support from local radio for the most part. The newspapers are infatuated with Cheap Trick and anyone that is related to them. I mean, who cares if Dax took a dump in Tennessee? Right?
I care a lot.
I don't want to know, and I'm sure, and I know Dax, I'm sure he gets that, right? It's good PR for anybody, right? But there are so many other things going on in this city. There are so many other good people. There are so many other artists that people have something to say, and they don't care. Our leaders have been talking about bringing this train line, this imaginary train for, right? It is imaginary.
I know.
You know, it's like, well, you keep hearing, well, everything's in place. You've got, you know, there used to be the old, was it the Amtrak train in the late mid-'70s or whatever, right? But I'm speaking from my generation now. There's been a 25-year plus amount of time where they've been telling us, every mayor that's ran for office uses this, and we're going to get a train line. No, you're not. You're a liar. Like, you are a liar. You are a liar like everyone else that has stepped into any position in this city, has stepped forward to try and do anything, and then you give up. Because that's really what Rockford has been about. It's about having all these great ideas, but there's never delivery. There are so many people with great ideas, but then there's just no delivery. Who knows? I don't know why they turned away NIU when they did.
Or Six Flags, didn't we have the opportunity to have Six Flags?
Makes no sense. Like, why? Who made these decisions? Like, was it to keep what they had trapped in a box, or to try and sustain what the idea of Rockford was in the 50s and the 60s, early 60s, before things started climbing downwards at the beginning of the 70s? I've watched it up close in my family with my dad working at Ingersoll for 26 years, and he was a part of that huge cut years ago. Mm-hmm. And I saw enough up close to be angry even now as to what this city has done to help people, to bring jobs here. They have done nothing. They have replaced factories that have closed down and moved out with bars. That is it. Yeah. Every week there's a new bar just going up. And my way lately has been I don't want anything to do with it. Like, I'm at a point where I just need to sustain my ability to live here, because you can live here and make a good living for yourself. But it's hard to help other people and to move forward, because the opportunities to do so are very slim. I mean, there are no companies here anymore where people feel like they're taken care of, and where you're offered health benefits, and you don't have to worry about going to the doctor for, I mean, Zach, like you, going through some of your, like, medical problems, right? I mean,
I was sick for like an entire year.
Yeah, and knowing you can't just take care of yourself.
Oh, yeah, you're still having to work at the same time that you're trying to deal with all that shit. And, I mean, and I'm like a freelancer, so that's the only job I can get that is actually going to pay me even close to what I would need to make a living, you know.
But still, most of the work that you do is out of town, though. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm traveling constantly, and it's really rough to try to, you know, Rockford is a place that you can still make your home and be able to travel, because it's just inexpensive enough to live here. But, you know, you go into Chicago and you take a huge risk going in somewhere like that and trying to change your surroundings and trying to change your way of living and your culture to, you know, match your, what makes you, like, personally happy, I guess.
Friends and family. That's why we stay.
Yeah,
I mean, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone looks out for each other in a weird, wonderful, depressing way. Like, it's almost like if you're born in Rockford, you're expected to just be defeated right out of the womb. Like, I mean, it shouldn't be that way.
Right. No, it shouldn't. I mean, the amount of potential is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, with just, I mean, you know, the friends that we all know or know of, you know, from other friends, especially in the music and art scene around, you know, the downtown area, is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of talent is just stupid.
Yeah.
And the fact that, you know, nobody can capitalize on it at all.
No one.
And absolutely, I mean, and it keeps you here because, you know, I pay cheap rent, and I have a great apartment. And, like, we have, you know, there's so many great things, and there's so many terrible things at the same time that it's just like this bizarre mixture of.
Yeah, the thing that I like about Rockford is we're such a humble city, but that's also one of our biggest faults is that we just won't follow through on things and give ourselves enough credit a lot of the times to actually be able to go through with half the shit we say we want to do or are going to do.
Let's be a cocky city for once.
Well,
say we got this awesome shit going for us.
Let's try and get the Olympics. Fuck yeah.
Okay,
look at
2016.
Look at a city like Manchester, right? Complete an industrial, industrial city like Rockford had their heyday, and they have delivered to us some of the most pompous, arrogant, and rightfully so.
And totally awesome bands.
Absolutely. That broke out and said, you know what? Screw you. Literally, screw everybody. It's us against the world, and fuck you. I mean, Manchester did that. They had a scene that delivered, and
Yep,
there's no reason
absolutely.
Rockford can't do that. We've got it. And there's
Well, it's just it was the time period too. Just when Joy Division, especially and
Happy Mondays.
and the Smiths, just like all of them just became like we're better than this, and we'll show you.
Yeah.
And I don't care if it comes across pompous. And look at Manchester now. Now it's blooming again.
Yeah.
So Rockford can do better, and we have to keep talking and really sharing all our ideas with everyone. I mean, the idea is if you don't have the resources, which I don't, and a lot of us don't, to make things happen, there are 5 major families here that have resources, and I'd love to just scar them right now. They own everything.
Seriously.
It is about property control. That is why there will never be a train line here. Everything in Rockford is about property control. And it's all about who can line your own pockets and just urban sprawling, force all those animals inwards towards my neighborhood. Oh, where did the red foxes come from? Well, it came from 173 and all that garbage going on out there. That's fine. That's great for development. But why not work on downtown a little more? Why not help out like Chris at Kryptonite? Some of the other guys,
Absolutely.
why not help out what's going on, like right on that strip across the bridge, that whole area? Put that money down there. And they're trying with the construction going on the one-way road, but something else needs to happen.
You think
Right.
about it though, literally the only 3 things open after like 6 o'clock down there: Swilligans, Octane, and Crypto. Literally.
Yeah.
True story. Okay, I work part-time. I took on my first part-time job. I can't even tell you in how long. And it's a great job. It's stressless. It's like a dream. I go there, I escape. The hours are unbelievable. It's the first job I've had in a long time to offset this recession and designing on my own. And someone asked me, where can I go to get a good meal? I suggested the Octane. I suggested Cafe Greco. I went through a whole list of places that I really was trying to push.
Great local eateries.
Most of these people that I'm around that ask me questions, and it's a resourceful location, and I can't bring it up for specific reasons, but most of these people that ask me questions are well-educated people from out of town who are there to earn and leave is how they are there to. I'm trying to think of a way to put. I gave them suggestions. They didn't. They're like, well, they looked on Google. Isn't that the bad part of town? Like, and then
Exactly.
and really,
Oh, you mean
that's,
where
on,
you
that's
live?
on the
Yeah.
west side of the
and
river?
that's what's being advertised to people from out of town that are smart, that are here to like do something and move on. Why can't we give those people even a reason to stay? We can't even do it with our downtown.
Oh no,
and
it's
sad.
even more local than that. I mean, like I just started dating a girl from Rockton, and she had no clue. Like I told her like we were going to Kryptonite and where it was, like on the west side of the river, and she's like, "Oh, seriously?" Like she's just like, "Well, you know what I mean?" Like she's
Yeah,
never been
absolutely.
exposed to it. She went to Hananiga, she went to Rock Valley, like she never really came downtown for any reason. And I was like, no, there's a lot of great things, like just
Yeah.
and she loves it obviously, and she never experienced it as a kid or anything.
Take her to El Burrito Loco after.
San Jose.
There we go.
Yeah, it's really.
Well, this is a conversation that we're probably going to have again and again and again.
Yeah, we could go on forever, honestly.
We should keep the dialogue going, and people can help us keep the dialogue going on our website at sockmonkeysound.com. Also, is there a place that people can check you out? I know you have a website that people can take a look at you. Plug yourself, Dave.
People can find me at ZachStaas.com.
Is that actually a website?
Yeah,
it is.
ZachStaas.com.
And he's my manager.
Excellent.
I've just been promoted to manager
On the air.
on the air.
Oh wow!
Congratulations, he got you a watch
No
too.
problem. Yeah, there's.
And then if you want to download a free 17 song,
Yeah, where is that?
donkeyboyusa.com. It's just the way it sounds.
Excellent. All right. Well,
Don't you have Andy Whorehall?
There is Andy Whorehall, but that's my
Friend.
That guy's useless.
Yeah, he's a
all right?
jerk.
He's been handling some things for me for the last couple of years, and he's made it a point to bring me down in 2010.
well, he was I think on Facebook, he left a long screed about some stuff.
He's trying to bury
on our
a lot.
Facebook.
Like,
I didn't appreciate what he was saying.
No,
Neither
he's
did I.
a real jerk. It's,
What an ass.
balloons.
I was like,
seriously, Kay.
Who the fuck is this dude?
Yeah. Well, this episode is sponsored by Kryptonite Bar in downtown Rockford at 308 West State Street, Rockford, Illinois, 61101.
You guys should go there, even though it's a scary part of town.
Yeah,
the west side of the river.
absolutely. Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can see me there pretty frequently. I do karaoke on those nights. And
You'll
it's
see
a lot
Chip
of fun.
doing
Yeah.
all the great country hits from the late 90s.
Yeah, uh-huh.
He's doing
You know,
Watermelon Crawl this weekend, guys.
Yeah, I was
And
thinking.
Bootskin
Actually, I was
Boogie.
thinking maybe the Man, I Feel Like a Woman. But anyways,
Dude, that's too modern, dude. Come on,
and once
bro.
again, you can check them out. They have a more detailed list of events going on at kryptonitebar.com. And you can find us at sockmonkeysound.com. And, go read Danger's articles and then send them hate mail at thedangerzone at sockmonkeysound.com. And then also, please check out our Facebook or follow us on Twitter. And you can also subscribe to us through iTunes, other podcasting site or podcast feed sites like podcast.com, podfeed.net, Podcast Alley, and write us a review, please, because it helps us get our good town out to the world,
And then we're going to end tonight with the local artist we have here right now, Donkey Boy himself.
What song are you going to do? Make up your mind right now.
Well, it's my version of Johnsburg, Illinois by Tom Waits that segues into two pieces. One he recorded that's available in the free download called Break My Hands with Dan McMahon and Gomo, another local guy that's moved out to Portland. Zach played on it and someone else, right? That's the punk version, but this version is not going to be punk.
Maybe not.
This could be nothing.
This could be disastrous.
It could be just a complete disaster. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with a Tom Waits song that means something to me that segues into two songs that I haven't really put down right yet.
All right.
Well, thank you guys again for coming.
Thanks for
thanks
having
a lot.
us.
Zach.
It was, a lot of fun.
Thank you guys. You guys are keeping it, like, I'm not going to say real. But that's the quiet. I'm worried about this guy over here. I'm worried about Alex because
The shit he might say
He's
about
gonna
you.
rip you a new one.
I love reading your pieces.
Oh, yeah. They're absolutely fantastic, Danger.
Oh man, I felt the fridge buzz noise coming up behind me when I was reading that moment piece. I was like, that. No, it's perfect. It's just like, oh, jab them, or jab anyone. I don't know.
Jab
At
something.
least have fun with it. I mean, that's what we're all trying to do.
No, just say what you feel.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. I mean,
Start a dialogue. Start a
No
dialogue.
one's gonna hate anybody yet.
Constructive
In the
dialogue.
end, if you just
Exactly.
say what you think,
I mean,
everybody's gonna appreciate.
might.
No one is. Everybody's gonna appreciate your opinion, no matter what it is, and say, "Oh well." And if someone hates you, they can just move out to Perryville.
True
Go to third cousins.
All right.
I had a girl delete me on Facebook. I don't even know who this girl was. All right. I logged in one day and it said, so and so is now in a relationship. And I'm thinking, I don't even know this person. Right? How did she end up? How do we end up with half of these people in our profiles? Right? So I write back, that's just gross. That's the grossest thing I've ever logged into. And I didn't do anything else. And then I put, that's just a satanic status update. Gross. She deleted me. And I knew she deleted me because I was waiting for some sort of response.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then I thought, this is why there's no privacy out there to begin with. But why can't people just have fun? Man, where did the Misty Mountain Hop go? Right? Jim Day or that, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we got it.
Excellent.
Blah, blah, blah.
All right.
Well,
Alrighty.
we're gonna leave you with Donkey Boy USA performing Johnsburg, Illinois by Tom Waits in two songs that they don't even know if they're gonna make it through. So.
One of them. Okay. Part one is Johnsburg, Illinois, but I rewrote it because obviously the first one Tom Waits did wasn't great. But then the second one was like, "Don't you dare call me friend," and then "Break My Hands," which the punk version is in the download on donkeyboyusa.com.
All right. Check it out.
Guys.
All right.
Thank you guys.
All right, well, I'm Brendan Lütmer,
I'm Chip Copeland.
I'm Patrick Delehanty.
and thanks for listening. Here's Donkey Boy USA.
This is Johnsburg, Illinois. Tom waits, and it doesn't matter where it goes from there.
I don't think we're quite ready yet.
No?
You are one and Roman.
She's my only true love. She's all that I think of. Look here in my wallet, that's her. She grew up on a farm there. There's a place on my arm where I've written her name next to mine. You see, I just can't live without her. I'm an only boy. She grew up outside of here in McHenry, in Johnsburg, Illinois. You got what you wanted. You got what you needed. Don't you dare now call me friend. For beggars, for givers, birds and balloons, don't you dare now call me friend. To the moon, tornadoes and you. Don't you dare now call me friend. You will burn, baby, blue. No one will be there to greet you. You will burn, baby blue. Break my hands, snap my spine, and I will write you down. Break my toes, burn my teeth, and I will write you down. Break my neck, seal my soul, and I will write you down. Break my heart, lose my laugh, and I will write you down. You are the moonlight. You hide when you want. Don't you dare now call me friend, or I will write you down.
What was your backup song, Dave?
People in bars, they can't afford to be lonely. They're searching for answers with wandering hearts. It keeps them from thinking. They're just people in bars, laughing and talking. They need your attention. Please approve of their scars and show them you're listening. There's people in bars with all kinds of issues. No one listens at all to the man in the corner. Seeing people in bars. I'd like to tell a story about a girl who's growing old. She couldn't find the peace and quiet in staying home. And now she's gone to be alone with people